أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. اللهم أنت ربي لا إله إلا أنت، خلقتني وأنا عبدك، وأنا على عهدك ووعدك ما استطعت. أعوذ بك من شر ما صنعت. أبوء لك بنعمتك علي وأبوء بذنبي فاغفر لي الذنوب فاغفر لي فإنه لا يغفر الذنوب إلا أنت. لا إله إلا أنت سبحانك إني كنت من الظالمين. اللهم صل وسلم على محمد. Assalamu alaikum, everyone. Today we're talking about the 15th word. If you have the book, please open to page 195. Not, it's on the screen. We are starting from the 5th step. And again, we are discussing the verse. And we have adorned the lowest heaven with lamps, and we have made them missiles to drive away the evil ones. Last time, what really stayed with me throughout the discussion was how the author was emphasizing this idea of the earth, and how the earth is the heart and the center of the whole universe. And man is the fruit of the tree of creation. Today, we are talking about the second half of the verse, which is, and we have made the missiles to drive away the evil ones. So maybe today we can try to ask ourselves, what is it that we're driving away? And by evil ones, we really talked about the previous discussions, how it's referring or could be referring to the evil interpretations. So I guess the question I would keep asking myself is, what is really this evil interpretation, and how is it related to me, and how is it driven away, and how can I make sense of it? So let's start reading, and let's see what comes up. Just letting everybody know, if you would like to ask or comment, you can raise your hand, or and I'll call on your name. This just makes it easier for everybody. And if not, please make sure your mic is muted while I'm just reading. Okay, so the 5th step says, since there is coming and going from the earth to the heavens, and there is descent and ascent from the heavens to the earth, and important necessities for the earth are sent from there. Again, and there is descent and ascent from the heavens to the earth, and important necessities for the earth are sent from there. And since good spirits rise to the heavens, for sure, imitating the good spirits, evil spirits will also attempt to ascend to the realm of the heavens. So again, this verse is mentioning the lowest heaven. And in the previous discussion, we've kind of talked about or established this relationship between the earth and the heavens. And it's almost like there are transactions that are happening between them. And here it's suggesting that, okay, whatever the earth needs, it's actually being brought to it from the heavens. And particularly good spirits, they rise to the heavens. What about the evil spirits? What are they doing? So here the author is acknowledging, okay, we're not debating whether there is evil spirits or not. We're actually saying there is, or there must be. Sorry, there must be. So if there must be, they will also attempt to ascend to the realm of the heavens. So the heavens does not have evil spirits. It's the earth. And from earth, the evil spirits try to go to the realm of the heavens. Okay? Almost like the heaven is home for the good spirits, and evil spirits is trying to get there. Well, what does this mean? Why are we talking about it? I'm thinking out loud. What does this mean? And why are we talking about it? And how's this, again, related to me personally? Or how is this attributing to our understanding to the verse? Okay, let's continue and see if the author answers any of these questions. For they are light and subtle in regard to their beings. He's talking about the good spirits. However, they will, oh no, I'm sorry. He's talking about the evil spirits. For they are light and subtle in regard to their beings. However, they will doubtless be repulsed and expelled, for by nature they are evil and inauspicious. Moreover, they will doubtless be a sign, an indication in the manifest world of this important exchange, this contest outside the realm of materiality. For the wisdom of the sovereignty of dominicality requires that it should place a sign and leave an indication of these significant disposals in the unseen for man in particular. Okay. Whose important duty is observation, witnessing, supervision, and acting as a herald. In the same way that it has made rain an indication of the endless miracles of spring, and made apparent causes signs of the wonders of divine art. It thus summons the people of the manifest realm to witness them. Indeed, it attracts the attentive gazes of all the inhabitants of the heavens and the earth to that wondrous exhibition. That is, it shows the vast heavens to be a castle or city arrayed with towers on which centuries, if someone knows how to pronounce this word more accurately than me, let me know. Okay, I am here just in case, are posted so that they may reflect on the majesty of dominicality. Okay. So here is this idea that evil spirits are trying to go to the heavens, yet it's almost like the author is saying, nope, they're not invited there, and they're probably they are expelled due to their nature of being evil. And it's as if he's saying, well, they're expelled because of their nature, because heaven is actually not made in a way to take in the evil spirits. I feel like I need to reread the paragraph where starting for the wisdom of the sovereignty, so that we can understand the second half of the paragraph. Again, if you see something or want to ask something, let me know. For or the wisdom of the sovereignty of dominicality requires that it should place a sign and leave an indication of these significant disposals in the unseen. Do you think these significant disposals refers to the evil spirits? I'll continue reading. If you get an answer, let me know, because I'm not sure. These significant disposals in the unseen for man. And then the author is like, well, what's man's real or most important duty? It's his observation, witnessing, supervision, and acting as a herald. In the same way that it has made rain an indication of the endless miracles of spring, and made apparent causes signs of the wonders of divine art. It thus summons the people of the manifest realm to witness them. Okay, so the manifest realm, I'm guessing this is Earth or the universe. Indeed, it attracts the attentive gazes of all the inhabitants of the heavens and the earth to that wondrous exhibition. That is, it shows the vast heavens to be a castle or city arrayed with towers on which centuries, cemeteries are posted so that they may reflect on the majesty of dominicality. Okay, go ahead, Brother Ali, please.
This is the mystery of the language of the Quran, or the way the Quran presents to general public, so that everybody will benefit from it, regardless of their level of education, capacity to reason and make sense of it. And also human beings cannot really preserve the abstract notions, so they need something concrete example representing the abstract notions, which means the Quran gives examples, speaks through examples, and the people can imagine according to their capacity. Some of them may take it as a literal things that the angels are coming, God is coming from heavens to the earth, as the Quran says, your Lord is coming together with the angels on earth, etc. But of course, these are figurative ways of explaining the abstract notions of the Quran. Not only the Quran, most of the, or not all of the revelations speak to human beings in this way. But unfortunately, we see historically that the children of Israel, nowadays known as the Jewish tradition and the rabbinic, their scholars, try to understand the Torah for centuries ahead and make it, try to make it available for general public. In the course of time, throughout 3,000 years, maybe a bit more, 3,500 years, the Torah explanation of the reality of the world turned into somehow all figurative meanings into really stories. We should be very careful not to turn the Quran into the same way. The Quran also warns us not to do this, as the rabbinic tradition, Jewish scholars did it. It is an example for you, so that you may corrupt the revelation, the essence of revelation. So we are very careful about understanding these symbolic teachings of the Quran and try to see what the reality can be. Now, heavens, I mean, we know that we are in this world and the heaven is full of stars, galaxies. And of course, the example says the rain comes from the heaven and from the sky, and evaporated water, it goes up into the sky and transferred there. There is a physical relationship between the creation of what is happening in the earth and in the sky as far as human eyes can easily see it. But it is not the purpose of the Quran saying that, look, the rain is coming, and in the spring, as you say, so lots of miraculous creation is taking place. And we see that. But of course, the point in the Quran to teach us that this is arranged by a conscious creator. So as far as the ultimate purpose, this is important, purpose of the teachings of the Quran is concerned, Quran teaches us the reality of creation and therefore of human beings. What is that? Of course, the sky in the language of the Quran, which is called Sema. Now, Semawat is different. By the way, those people who are interested in studying the Quran need to be careful. Semawat refers to the galaxies and the physical beings. But the word Sema has much larger meaning, although Semawat is the plural form because the numbers of the stars are plural. But Sema is talking about abstract notion. That is why it is singular. This abstract notion represents the purpose of the creation of anything. The Sema of the things, a thing, which means maybe the earth, maybe something else, really the Sema of the existence of a bird may represent the ultimate meaning in its existence and the purpose in its existence as far as human questioning, inquiring is concerned, which means, what is this bird for? How come it happened? It became like this. It is just made up of matter, etc. Question and try to see the Sema, the heaven side of it. That's why the Quran describes, and also we are very familiar with the biblical language, the heaven, the dominion of heaven, the kingdom of heaven belongs to God, which means every meaning directly refers to its creator and teaches human being how the creator has given existence to it by manifesting his qualities, so that the conscious human beings or other conscious beings, but as far as we are concerned, we think of anything, any teaching of the Quran in terms of ourselves. So conscious human beings can make sense of it. Sema means this. So those people who are evil spirits or evil beings, as described in the text, as Quran says, Satan. Though Satan tries to interpret or satanic ideas, it means baseless claims, try to interpret the things in a, again, meaning, claiming that this is the Sema, this is the heaven of the things, that they are created they happen to be like this, they have no purpose, this is what it is, the natural happening, whatever the excuses they bring to human beings. But the Quran says the universe, the way it is constructed, really destroys this idea by its own existence, that we cannot attribute the universe to the happenings of the random happenings of throughout the years. Random happenings cannot become into a form, although some people may claim it. Of course, everybody can claim anything, but they cannot prove it. As a result of random happenings, we cannot see anything formed which perfect. For example, the simple perfection as far as the creation is concerned, looking at a car. I love this example because I'm amazed that when I saw it, it was like that, really. So this car, perfectly running, her şey automatically, electronically arranged, which is compared to human being, nothing really, or human existence, nothing really. But it's a perfect car is working. You know what happened in the car junkyard? There are lots of storms, earthquakes, and other things happened, winds, etc., up and down, up and down, up and down. And those pieces, by accident, became like this perfect car. And what? You don't know. It may, because it took place 14 billion years. But evidence? No. May, we can say may for everything. So I can take a man to the court and say that he may insult me, he may break into my house, for example. Everyone will laugh at me. May, no evidence. So the existence of the universe witnesses the falseness of the claims of those people who have no evidence, no base for their claim. That is what we learn from this paragraph. That's what we have been studying, really. So this is an example. The author of this book always uses the Quranic example as it is, and then as it is described in the Quran, and then slowly interprets it and gets us prepared to understand other examples mentioned in the Quran. So false ideas cannot be proven under the witnessing of creation, but really those people who have no biased ideas can comfortably confirm their conclusions about the purpose of existence of the universe or their own existence by taking the examples in creation. That is the summary of all the Quran's examples, etc. We can apply it for different cases. So that will be a criterion for us to understand the Quran, inshallah. Thank you.
Thank you. Go ahead, Agabe.
Just wanted to ask one thing caught my attention. As it says, the causes are the signs of the wonders of divine art. So can we understand, like, does it mean that those apparent reasons, like, which are not, in fact, the real reasons, seemingly, in fact, they should lead us to witness, which is, again, the text says, which is our duty, main duty, and supervision of those wonders. I felt like just like a miracles which should also, I think, which has done this job, also made the people around prophets to start thinking about the creation. Can we think like this also? Thanks.
I'm very sorry. I was distracted for a minute. Do you mind repeating the question?
Sure. I was just thinking when the text says this, those causes, seemingly causes, not the real ones, of course, made apparent signs of the wonders of the divine art. So does that mean that they should lead us to think about the wonders of divine art, because they are like a sign, as if this indication of this disposal, as the text says, they must be the sign that should lead us to think about the wonders of divine art. I think the miracles had also this miracles of prophets. They also had this, which they were leading people around them to think about the creation, I think. Thanks.
Thank you. If anyone has an answer for that, please go ahead. Go ahead, Willard.
Now, first of all, the miracles of the prophets are a different subject. We are studying about the way the universe comes into existence in a miraculous way, which means nothing that we have, no point of reference that we have in the world can be referred to in order to explain the existence of anything. Of course, when we say causes, we have to be very cautious. What do we mean by causes? So the order is perfect. You know, for example, if I wake up and go to the bathroom, walk there, do you think my legs are causes to go there? What do you mean by it? Of course, this word is so much. I don't blame anyone using this word, because so much used and injected into our minds and languages so that we really use it as it is a normal word. The cause for what? When we call something, the cause for what? My legs are the cause of my actions. My cells are the cause of my actions. Cause means to cause to come into existence, to cause something to come into existence. Do they really? I am a human being. I have to ask and question. Do they really? So, of course, as a daily language, we may say, because of this, something happened. Because also has the same meaning. Because of this something, it means we explain the things, how they are created within a perfect order. To me, it seems to be following a sequence. Yes, but there is no cause. Sequence of effects. It means the way the things come or brought, the way the things are brought into existence by the one who established this order. That is why we cannot say that anything in the world has the quality of being a cause for anything else to exist. So the language misleads us. When we say cause from the very beginning, it means we preconceived the meaning of cause attributing it to anything what we have in our minds. We have to question from the very beginning, is it really justifiable when I say this is the cause of something? Really? Do I have any evidence? But it follows the sequence of acts of creation, nothing to do with the relationship between something happens and another thing, depending on its creatorship, another thing comes into existence. There is no such thing. Of course, when we are dealing with the universe, what we do, we follow the order, but we don't really use Quranic language, which represents really the reality. For example, I water the plant. Simple example. I put the kettle on the fire. Then the water in the kettle started boiling. I say, I boiled the water, or fire boiled the water. But this is the way the things are coming into existence. Can I boil the water? No. I can just put the kettle on the fire. That's it. That's why the option is given to me. I can put it. I may not put it. That is within my freedom of choice. But fire has no choice at all. That is how it is created, and its function is to be in the sequence of the acts of creation. That's what we have to understand. That is, I'm not blaming anyone if uses it, which I also use as the word cause. That is what I have to see, the order of existence. That's it, period. Order of existence. So I have to question the sort of existence of this order. Who could have established the order that I am observing in the universe operating like this? Can I attribute the order of the universe to a piece of the universe? If I say yes, this atom, the first exploited atom, whatever people claim to have, I don't know whether right or right, none of my business. The atom is the sort of existence of the order of the universe, which has been continuing for 14 billion years. So the atom has the ability to know what will happen after 14 billion years. So that universe is, or can be easily attributed to the actions or rotations of this atom. Can I do that? But what is the source of existence of atom? What is the source of existence of rotation? What is the source of existence of turning around and scattering? These are actions. But what is the source of it? How come they exist? So when you ask this, you see how baseless the word cause attributed to anything of the universe. Meaningless. So while we are using causes, as if there is such a thing, then we find ourselves plunging into a meaningless argument. Why can we deny the causes? Yes, there is no causes. There are effects, created beings. And this acts of creation is the sequence of the creation, acts of creation, as I observe it, as if it is taking within time, as I perceive it. That is my capacity as a created being. I cannot get out of the universe and see what is going on all over the universe. I am a piece of the universe. Whoever created me is the creator of myself as well. So I am created within the universe. With a consciousness, I question that is extra qualities given to human beings that we are utilizing it now. That's the story. That is why the problem, the question, whatever comes to our mind, is the misconceptions that we have indoctrinated, brainwashed by materialistic world view. That's it. Thank you very much. That is my answer.
Thank you. Okay, let's finish up the fifth step. So it continues to say, since wisdom requires there should be an announcement for this elevated contest, there is surely an indication of it. But other than shooting stars, no event appropriate to this announcement is apparent among the events of the atmosphere and heavens. There is nothing more appropriate than this. For it may be understood clearly how suitable for the repulsion of devils are these stellar events, which resemble missiles and signal rockets fired from the sturdy bastions of towering castles, and there is no other known purpose, wisdom, and aim, no other purpose appropriate to these occurrences other than these. Other occurrences are not like this. Furthermore, this purpose of them has been well known since the time of Adam and has been witnessed by the people of reality. Okay. Would anybody like to comment or ask questions here? Okay. Now moving to the sixth step. This gets a little interesting. As last time when we talked about man, we talked about how he is the fruit of the tree of the creation. Today we're going to talk about man a bit differently. And I'd like it if you can help me and everybody understand this in relation to the verse and in relation to the idea of how man is the fruit of the tree. If there is a relationship, I could be just imagining it. All right, it says, since man and jinn are capable of infinite evil and exertion, they are infinitely obdurate and rebellious. It is because of this that the Holy Quran restrains from the rebellion and insubordination with an eloquence so miraculous, styles so elevated and clear, comparisons and stories so exalted and evident that they cause the universe to tremble. Again, so far, we're talking about man and jinn with the capacity of evil. They have been given the capacity of evilness. And this is one of the reasons why the Holy Quran restrains them from rebellion and insubordination with an eloquence so miraculous, style so elevated and clear, and comparisons and stories so exalted and evident that they cause the universe to tremble. For example, observe carefully the awesome warning, fearsome threat, and severe restraining in the verses. So this is verse from chapter 55, verses 33 to 35. So it says, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. O you assembly of jinn and men, if you can pass beyond the regions of the heavens and the earth, pass beyond them. But you cannot pass beyond them, save by God's authority. Then which of the favors of your sustainer will you deny? On you will be sent a flame of fire and smoke. No successor will you have. I'm mispronouncing this word again. I'm mispronouncing a lot of words today. But this word I'm definitely mispronouncing. Okay, so now we're gonna study this verse and we're gonna see how the author is explaining it. So he's saying it has the meaning of, oh man and jinn, if you're not going to obey my commands, come on, pass beyond the bounds of my realms if you are able. So it's almost like daring man or, daring man to pass the realms. With miraculous eloquence, it smashes the excessively conceited obstinacy of man and jinn. It proclaims their impotence and shows just how powerless and wretched they are in relation to the immense grandeur of the sovereignty of the Manicality. It is as though it says with that verse and the verse, and we have made them missiles to drive away the evil ones. So now we're going to hear the author's sort of version or understanding of these two verses together. O man and jinn, proud and obstinate within your baseness, and obdurate and refractory within your weakness and poverty, how are you so bold as to oppose with your rebellion the commands of a monarch so glorious that the stars, moons, and suns obey his commands like soldiers under orders? Through your defiance, you contest an all-wise one of glory who has obedient soldiers, so awesome that if to suppose the impossible, your devils could withstand them, they would drive them off with cannonballs the size of mountains. And with your ingratitude, you revolt in the realm of a Lord of glory, who has servants and troops so fearsome. It is not insignificant, impotent creatures like you, if you were each infidel enemies, the size of mountains or the earth, they would be able to hurl stars, flaming projectiles, and molten metal the size of mountains or the earth at you and rout you. And you break a law that is such that those bound by it could, if necessary, strike your earth in your face and rain down on you stars like cannonballs the size of your globe. Okay. I'll continue reading unless someone wants me to stop here. I mean, we will reflect on this for sure. I feel like I just want to get to the point of the author that the author is trying to make. Yes, in the Quran are certain important concentrations of forces, which arise not from the enemy's strength, but from reasons like the displaying of majesty and exhibiting the enemy's wickedness. Then sometimes it mobilizes against the littlest and weakest thing, the largest and most powerful causes, in order to show its perfect order, infinite justice, vast knowledge, and power of wisdom, and holds them above it. but does not make them fall upon it or aggress against it. For example, look at this verse. But if you uphold each other against him, truly God is his protector. And Gabriel and all the righteous among the believers, and furthermore, the angels will back him up. This is a verse from chapter 66, number 4. Oh, I'm sorry, it's not on the screen. Here it is. And then finally, how respectful it is concerning the prophet and how compassionate towards the rights of his wives. This important concentration of forces is only to express compassionately its tremendous respect for the prophet and the importance of the complaints of two weak beings and the observance of their rights. I was a little thrown off by the last verse and its explanation. So when I looked it up, it's a verse basically talking to the wives, if I understood correctly. And the first half of the verse, which is not mentioned here, it's if you actually repent, it's better for your hearts. But then if you don't, and if you uphold against each other against him, and then the verse continues as we read today. Okay. So if we were to go through this word, this step, sorry, I think the main idea is understanding how the Quran speaks of this or speaks to this capacity that man has, that he thinks he can do evil. It's almost like the author is praising the bravery shown in the verses, like you know, like if you dare to go beyond the heavens and the earth, go ahead, give it a try. You're not gonna fail, you're not gonna be able to do it. But if you want to, go for it. And then he goes to explain that, okay, well, man and jinn have the capacity to become rebellious and ungrateful. But it, like at the end of the day, that doesn't hurt anything or any other creature. All the creatures are still obeying the order or following the command. And it's only your weakness that you need to recognize. Yeah. What's your questions or reflections here? I hope you can still hear me. Background noise. Go ahead, Akari.
You are cutting off sometimes, last like 2-3 minutes. One question I have towards the end, the example of the verses is given. I couldn't understand that when it says the largest and the most powerful causes in order to show its perfect order. What is being caused in this example? I couldn't understand in the verse.
Thank you very much. Go ahead, Brother.
I think background azan maybe follow you, so you can just turn the mic off if there's still going on. Now, the Quran speaks to human beings. In our eyes, it seems to be the cause of existence of something. That is why you think that this is the cause. Come on, challenge it. That is one point that our friend asked. And another point is the Quran represents all this attack between or fight going on between the inhabitants of the heavens and the prophetic teaching, and also the evil spirits who interpret the universe in a completely different or unrealistic base. So from the very beginning, when there is a struggle between evil ones and the prophetic message, this verse that we read from the section 66 and verse 4 says that whatever they present to you, excuse me, yeah, and God, his angels, again, excuse me, just a minute. God and the angelic side of creation, and Gabriel, which brings the news message. It means, of course, Gabriel brings the news about the reality of this existing universe, supports the prophetic teaching, which means everything is a miraculous creation, pointing to the qualities of their creator, and the universe itself supports it. It means by being an evidence in front of the eyes of the people, human being. So when we go back to the beginning of this, men and jinn are capable of infinite evil, the very first line of the sixth step. So there are several things that we have been talking here, pointing to the same, actually, way of the Quran speaks to us. The men are capable of infinite evil, and the jinn are representing Satan's, are also six step down there, are also, yeah, thank you, are also, any idea which claims that a thing, a very small, tiny, small thing may have the power to create. What does it mean? We have to think about it. To bring something into existence which did not exist before. What does it mean? Was saying that he brought something into existence which it did not exist before. It means it has the power to do something by not using any means, but to create something, but brings it out of nothing, as the universe is, as every moment of the universe that we are experiencing here is the new creation. Of course, they seem to be related to each other, and for us, they seem to be yesterday. It seems to be the cause of existence of today, but today is a completely different day. Everything is different, continues to change. So do you think I can, or anything of this universe can bring something into existence out of nothing? It means which didn't exist before, a new form, a baby and a grown-up young man or person. and an old man. Do you think my babyhood created me, or the pieces of my babyhood made me into an old man and exist as an old man? This is the way of creation, the order of creation. So if a man says, if a person says, or any idea represented by evil things, jinns, any idea claims to be, claims that anything of this universe, how small it is, has the power to create. It means this thing can bring into existence anything it wills to exist, rather than another atom. It can create a being, a universe, because it came into existence out of nothing. So only we can understand that the creator of the universe, the absolute being, wills and exists. Absolute being doesn't have to. An absolute being, it cannot be in need of anything, doesn't have to use something in order to create something else. So it cannot be absolute. It cannot really create if you use the material. For example, human beings are using various materials in the world and making another machine. But it doesn't mean that they are creating anything. They are using the matter. They are using the materials which need to be created by the creator of the universe. They are utilizing the order by obeying the order. This is a very crucial point. They are obeying the order. Within the order, going along with the order, the creator doesn't change his creation, so gives existence to what the order necessitates. So for example, the computer comes into existence as a creation of the creator of the universe, but the human beings have chosen it and obeyed the creator's will by obeying the order of the universe. They cannot, nobody can do anything without obeying the already order of creation, already existing order of creation. No one can create anything. I cannot, even I have a huge free will compared to other matter, for example, but still I have to obey the order. I am in need of obeying the order. If the Quran says, if you claim that anything is the creator of anything else, then whole universe gets angry with you. What does it mean? They say, this stupid man is saying that we are the creators. But then they say, it is an insult to us. We are the signs of the creator of the whole universe. I cannot really disobey the order. For example, any part of this thing cannot really act independently without following or being within the order, as employed within the order. That is why we have to be careful not to be carried away by any idea saying that, it is possible maybe the things are causing each other, domino effect, they say. And then, for example, I say, and then the last thing happened. But domino effect happens within the order of gravity, the way the things are created. If there was no gravity, there would be no domino effect. Domino effect is the way the gravity is created so that they cannot do anything else but have to obey the order of the gravity that the gravity is created within. We have to be careful while we are using the languages. So Quran speaks to, again, I'm coming back to the beginning and wrapping up shortly. Quran speaks to human beings. Human beings think that the things are coming into existence through causal chain, and the Quran challenges it. This is just trash, has no reality, has no base. That is what we have to understand the language of the Quran. That is how the Quran teaches, by using analogies, symbolic representations, and giving examples in the creation, and using human capacity, or speaking within the human capacity, and saying that you think it is so, it is not. That is why the Quran is a clear-cut explanation of the reality of the universe. So I think we understand how the human beings can be an infinitely rebellious and obdurate. How can it be? By saying, this happened accidentally. That's it. That's enough. The Quran says, it's a beautiful example. Let me share this one. That's how we should read the Quran. Quran says, if someone kills a man, as if he has killed a whole human being, this means this man is innocent. Of course, otherwise, something else. It's a juridical application of the law. So, innocent man, it means if somebody kills an innocent man, he can kill another innocent man. Why not? Because there is no reason. He can kill another. What does it mean? Not that the human beings will kill all human beings. If you claim that an innocent atom, innocent particle, can create something, it means all innocent atoms and particles can be killed, will be killed, murdered by this claim. Be careful. You don't say that, the universe is created by God, but I grew this plant. You can't. Why? If you grew this plant yourself, you are the creator of the plant. You can create another plant, or another star, another galaxy, because create means giving existence to, again, this is very important when we say create, giving existence to something which didn't exist before. So by simple way of saying that I grew this plant, although I may claim that the universe is created by God, still I am taking the whole universe from the ownership of the creator, its creator, and appropriating that I can do that. How grievous, grave claim it is. So we have to be very careful in our languages. That is why the Quran says the biggest transgression, biggest wrongdoing, biggest injustice is assigning partner to God. It means giving the God's qualities to anything of the part of this universe. We have to be very careful with our language. Inshallah, we will learn it. That's why we are here. Thank you. Sorry for my extended talk today. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I think we can stop here with the sixth step. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم اللهم لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا إنك أنت العليم الحكيم وآخر دعوانا الحمد لله رب العالمين.
Thank you, everyone. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum. Jazakallah khair.